Yeah.
Right, Faye. So back at the island, how is it for you to be here actually? And, see everything happening.
Yeah, it's fantastic being back on the island, taking part in such an iconic race. You know, for me, it's always honor to be here. And coming back again this year in 2024, it's fantastic. I love it.
What made you think all those years back, like, I want to have a race team, and especially want to race here at this place? I mean, it's not many people want to do.
Yeah. So first time I ever came on the island was 2012 as a spectator. And I think because I come from Macau Grand Prix is a road race. So Isle of Man is basically similar. So it kind of took my interest right away. Something that is, you know, different and so thrilling. So, and just watching the riders going past in 2012, it just gave me that kind of interest. I mean, at the time, you know, starting a team wasn't in my mind yet. But coming back in 2018 and 19, following a team at the time, it kind of made me more interested in it because I started to see everything behind the scene. Being with the team, seeing how they work, how they prep the bikes and everything for the races. And yeah, it just started me off. And I guess that's kind of where it started.
And then, of course, now you've won, I don't know how many TTs, you've quite a lot already.
Yes.
And seeing the setup you have here, all the bikes, how does it fill you with pride, I suppose?
Yes, it does. You know, having such a professional team and the boys work really well together. And having, you know, two of the best riders, having Peter Hickman and Josh Brooks. Both of them are very experienced on the road. With Pete, he's won so many TTs in the last few years. It's really good to have, and I think with the package we supply, you know, I think that's why we're getting the results.
Of course, let's say the whole year is basically based around the BSB Championship, but how is it difficult to, let's say, keep these two events apart, or is it they just ingrained with each other as well?
It's different. It's different. Obviously, different ways of setting up the bike for different championships. Obviously, BSB is a completely different setup to the road races. But you know, for me, doing British Superbike, it's another kind of championship to do. But at the same time, you know, we love coming here for the TT. All the boys, they all look forward to it every year. It's such a, you know, such a community. It's been here for so long, and just seeing the fans come to watch from all over the world, it just makes you think, wow, you know.
Do you enjoy this a bit more than BSB, or is it say that it's just completely different?
I can say it, yeah, I do. I do enjoy this a bit more. I love road racing, so. Like I said, I'm from Macau, so I was brought up for the Macau Grand Prix. That was every year in November, and it was a big event. And I remember growing up, loving going to watch it, looking forward to it every year. So, yeah, I guess, you know, this is another iconic race.
Like you said, you come from Macau. You've won that race as well a couple of times now.
Once. Oh no, actually twice, yeah.
Oh.
Well, last year was officially under my team.
Yeah.
Previously, I was a sponsor, yeah.
Right, yeah. You won it now as well?
Yes.
How do the people, I suppose you've grown up with, how do they see your activities over here? And as well as in Macau racing, but also over here in the UK?
Oh, you know, everyone, my family, they're really supportive. They're really kind of like proud, and a bit surprised that I got into this kind of motorbike racing industry. But, you know, they're all very much supporting me, and obviously really happy that I won the Grand Prix last year. So they're looking forward for me to doing it again this year. So me too. We're going back to Macau again, and it'll be, fingers crossed, I hope Peter would do me proud again.
And of course, your team is not just Peter and Josh, it's also, you was involved with the sidecar team, and
oh yes,
you do as well a lot of female support. How important is that for you to not just focus on the two Superbike riders, but all throughout the sport?
So, you know, for me, I love to be able to support a female in motorsport. So at the TT, I've got Maria on the sidecar. Obviously, Maria helps me with the two girls that races in the F900 Cup in British Superbike on the BMWs. So it's just nice to be able to help and support and kind of get the world to see that, you know, we are here too. You know, we love motorsport, and we can do it when we, you know, we want to do it. We put our minds to it, and just watching the two girls actually, you know, really kind of putting the efforts in, and they're kind of excelling every single time, and it's nice to see. So for me, besides Maria and the sidecar here, I also support Pete and Jaren, and fantastically, they went on the podium yesterday. They came second. So yeah, you know, for me, I love to be able to help, and I think that's where it comes from. Yeah.
And in 2 or 3 weeks' time, the Women's World Championship will start. Is it something you're keeping a close eye on as well?
Kind of, yes. For me, I've been watching it, and it's nice to see that female is starting to be noticed in such a male-dominated sport, and I think that's the direction we need to go towards. Like I said before, you know, it doesn't matter what gender you are, what race you are. If you're interested in something, you put your mind to it, you'll be able to do it.
You have this team a couple of years now. What would you say are the highlights and some of the lowest points you had throughout?
Oh, you know what? Funny story. So the first year I started a team, I couldn't get my head around that when Pete kind of jumped on the bike, that was my bike and not his bike. So I keep saying to my mechanic, oh, Pete's on his bike. And they'll kind of correct me saying, no, he's on your bike. Right, so I had to get my head around that. But yeah, it's been really interesting. I've learned so much through the last few years from every single part of the bike, you know, and how everything is run, and I love being hands-on, so I just like to get involved. But obviously, you know, it takes time to kind of like get the experience, but I feel like, you know, I kind of know quite a bit, yeah.
A few years ago, there were some rumors that you might be entering the World Superbike paddock or not. Of course, always rumors, but do you have any other goals in motorsport or in general that you would like to achieve?
Oh yes, yeah. I mean, I like to win a championship, so that's kind of my next goal. But we'll just have to see. I mean, I won't rule out world or even other championships. Maybe a Motor America. You know, all these other championships. They are, you know, it's interesting to be part of, and some point maybe you'll see me in one of those.
You heard it here first.
Pardon?
You heard it here first. So.
Yeah, see?
Oh, well. I had Peter on a few days ago, and he said, well, he would love to race in the 50s like John was doing, like Macau was doing. I guess you have to support him then into his 50s.
Wow, yeah. We'll have to see how he goes. But you know what? Pete is such a good rider to work with. He's very chilled, and you know, he's very good at what he does, and he's just a nice guy to work with. Josh,
just as he walks in, that's why you said it.
Oh yeah. Josh is the same, you know. Josh, I get the impression he's a perfectionist. So he likes everything to be perfect. But I guess different riders have different kind of ways of how they ride, how they kind of like, you know, looks at things. So, but I'm just glad I have those boys on my team.
You said you were watching trackside as well a few years ago. What would be some of the spots you would recommend these people to watch?
Oh wow! Funny enough, I've been here. This is the fifth year I've been here, and I hardly went out to watch trackside. I think one time I went, it started to rain, so they cancelled. But I went to Behaald Bridge. I like that because I love seeing they jump. So I really recommend that one.
And then when you see your bike, say, okay, take it easy, don't break it.
Yeah, I know. I'll be like, I'm watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I still need to try and get out there and watch it, but it's just sometimes time kind of just taken over, and then I kind of have a bit of thing like, for example, today's race when they go, I tend to go back to the motorhome and just listen on the radio. And then closer to the time when they're on to the 6th lap, then I'll come back out. It's little things I do, and I've been doing it ever since, so I kind of follow the tradition.
You feel the, let's say, the tension then? That's why you head off? Or?
No, I'm not like stressed or like nervous or anything like that. I just like to be in my own little kind of headspace and just listen. Even in BSB, British Superbike, when the boys are racing, I don't like anybody talking in the garage. I like it silence. Obviously, the mechanics can be talking to their mechanics out on the wall, but I don't want like any other person start talking. It just distracts me.
Like serenity, just.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Do you feel like here, especially when you're on the start line, there's a bit more to it than, let's say, just...
You know, on the start line, I'm fine. I'm very calm, very, you know, and I think that's the way you need to be, because the riders need to be able to feel that you're calm. Yeah. If they start feeling you're nervous, they probably can pick it up. It's so I'm really calm and chilled on the start line. But then I always go back and just listen. That's the one thing.
Finally, Faye, in many years' time, when you're sitting in your rocking chair looking back at your life, how would you like to be remembered as Faye Ho?
Well, you know, I think what I've done so far, and just from all the fans that come up to me saying, thank you so much for what I've done, for what I put into motorbike racing, you know, that's kind of the honor that I got back, and it's really nice to hear. Sometimes it's not about, you know, obviously winning races is good, but sometimes it's not just about that. It's about how people kind of see what you've done, and just having fans coming up to me saying that, it means a lot.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
See if get the podium, maybe a double podium.
Oh, I hope fingers crossed, yeah.
I'll take that.
Okay, thank you.